everyone, welcome back to Knit and Spin for Fun podcast. I'm Kirsten, also known as Knit and Spin for Fun on Ravelry. Today is May 3rd, 2013. I am recording on a Friday today because I have some other plans tomorrow for some more recording, and I was just thinking that why not record today? I was supposed to record on Sundays like every week, but now I'm just thinking, well, I should just record during Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when I have time. But anywho, today is May 3rd, 2013, like I just said, and if you are a new viewer, welcome. If you're an older viewer, welcome as well. As you may tell, this is going to be a little bit more quality video because I am recording on my camera that I have. I finally figured out how to use it. I know that my Mac computer is not compatible with it, so I was kind of like sad about that because I had like the very first Mac computer, and seems like I cannot download the new iMovie on there because I don't have Leopard or something for it. But I can edit on my Windows computer, so I'm excited about that. But anywho, let's get on to the show for this week. So let's get on to thank yous. I have two thank yous to say. I've been on Instagram for a while. As you may tell, I've been talking about Instagram for like, I don't know, for a very long time now in every episode, but I have been getting a lot of comments lately on my photos, so if you've been commenting on my photos, thank you very much. And if you don't know what Instagram is, please go and download it on your smartphone if you have a smartphone like me. But that's the first thank you. The second thank you is Podcast for Love Day. On Ravelry, I think it's called Podcast for Love Day, I'm not sure, but there were people on there that started a thread, and they said, thank you for sharing your podcast with us, we really appreciate it. So if you comment in my group in Ravelry, thank you very much. So that's it for thank yous for this week. Now let's get on to works in progress. Also, I have to say I didn't record for around 2 weeks in a row because I was busy with other stuff. I had other stuff on my mind. I was just, I don't know, just really didn't feel like recording. I just wanted to get the stuff done that I really need to get done. So yeah, so that's why there wasn't 2 new episodes. But I hope I can get back on track and get some new videos out there for you guys. So works in progress. So the last time I told you guys it's midnight, I was talking about that I wanted to knit the Boo Crew doll. And really, I looked at the yarns that I had chosen and I didn't like it. I was going to go out and buy some yarn that followed with the pattern, but I was like, oh, might as well not, because that's just going to be more pain, more money, and just stuff like that. But I had like tons of yarn, and really none of the yarn that I had really worked with it. But I think everyone goes through that. But I decided, well, I need to knit more animals for my display in July, so I am going to knit, well, I'm knitting right now, is Chloe by Susan B. Anderson. It's out of the Spin Chloe at the Farm book. I hope you can see it because I don't have a viewfinder. I think it's called that on my camera, so I don't know if I'm really showing it to you or not, but it's by Susan B. Anderson. And sorry if you hear the phone in the background, but you know, life goes on. But anywho, I'm knitting I'm knitting Chloe out of this book. I did knit Spud, I think, I don't know, back in February, March, so I did knit Spud, so now I'm going to knit Chloe. Sorry for the interruptions back there. It drives me nuts. I tell them to be quiet and they don't, but don't pay attention to them. Don't pay attention to my weird reactions of what. Never mind, but anywho, I'm knitting Chloe out of this book, and I really like it so far. I have the yarn and everything. I was knitting on it last night, so this is what it looks like. I hope you guys can see. I really need to get used to this new camera, but this is what it looks like. It's a very cute pattern. I'm knitting Chloe because I want in my display that showing that Chloe is the owner of Spud. But enough talking about that. I want to show you what it looks like so far. So it looks like a scary little, not voodoo doll. I don't know why I came that up in my head, but it looks like a scary little mummy doll here, as you can see. But I knitted the head last night, the 2 arms, and the 1 leg. I'm going to knit the other leg tonight, and after that you knit the dress and then the ears and then you put on the hair. So I like it so far. It's very simple, easy. These things go by super quick. Also, what I like about this pattern is Susan B. Anderson always puts so much detail and effort into her patterning. So what I like is how she put like little shoulders into the arms, if you can see there. But it's a very cute pattern. I definitely recommend this pattern as well. So that's it for the body. And then I'm knitting this out of Red Heart yarn. I hate this yarn. I know. Like when I was a beginner knitter, I was thinking, oh my gosh, Red Heart yarn, that's like a popular yarn. I see it in stores. And then while you like beginning to be more of becoming a knitter, you're like, ew, that's acrylic yarn. So, because I love knitting with actual wool, it feels nice on my fingers. I think everyone who's a knitter really understands that. So, I'm knitting this out of Red Heart yarn. I just had this stuff for many years, but it's in the buffalo colorway. I don't know why I call it buffalo, because buffaloes are brown, but it's mostly like a basic tan. So I'm knitting the body out of this. I'm definitely going to be knitting the dress out of Lion Brown Wool Ease, and then for the hair you have to crochet on. And I've done hair on stuffed animals before, because last year, I think I showed it on my podcast, that I knitted a little doll from one of my teachers, and I had to do the hair one by one. I can do a tutorial on that if you want, on how to put hair on a doll. But yeah, so it's a very cute doll, and I definitely recommend it. And I definitely recommend Spelling Chloe at the Farm Book. So that's it for works in progress for this week. I'm just going to throw things on my desk chair over there, so I don't get confused, or I can just put it to the side here. And I forgot to say, I am knitting this on a size US 6 4.0mm needle. So as you can tell, there's nothing on the needle right now because I need to do the other leg. Now for FOs, knitting FOs. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been knitting like normal. So I have 3 FOs for you guys. And the first FO is Last Time You Saw My Sweater, is the Botany Sweater by Katie Marcus. I just had, it was completely finished, all the knitting was finished, and I didn't put buttons on it yet. So I think that day or that weekend I went out and bought some buttons. So this is what it looks like. I absolutely love this sweater. It's absolutely gorgeous. I definitely recommend it. It's super warm, super cozy. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I post a picture. I can definitely show you guys the picture right now, if my phone can load, of what I look like in this sweater. It's an absolutely gorgeous sweater. I can't believe I actually knit this, because this is actually my very first garment that actually really fitted me. So, actually, yeah, this was 2 weeks ago. So this is what it looks like. I hope you can see it. So that's what I look like in this sweater, and it's a super wonderful sweater. I did make 12 buttons instead of 10, like the pattern called for, but it's a super wonderful sweater. I knit this out of Knit Picks City Tweed in the Orchid colorway. Lovely gray color. This is definitely going to be one of my garments in my display in July. So yeah, it's a super warm, heavy sweater. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it, and definitely, like I said, with all these weeks of knitting this thing, go and definitely check out the pattern. Wonderful pattern for beginners. I highly recommend it. And so yeah, so that's the first FO, and I knit on size US 8. And after that, I didn't knit for a couple of days because I don't know, I didn't feel like it, or didn't have the mojo to knit. And then I was thinking, I need to knit something because that's just plain on ridiculous. So I casted on some cute little baby socks. I knit baby socks out of old scrap sock yarn that I have. This is thing from the Fiber Company, not Fiber Company, I don't know. I did a pair of socks out of this. Do I have the tag on my desk? I don't know if I do or not, but because my desk is always full of junk. But I knit this out of some old scrap yarn that I knit a pair of socks from a while back ago. And I just knit some plain old simple socks. I thought the color was lovely. I love knitting baby socks because they're so easy, quick. You can get them done in probably 3 days as a maximum. I got these done around 3 days because I took breaks in between because of school and stuff like that. But yeah, super quick, super easy, super fun knit. It's my own pattern. I can write out the pattern for simple baby socks. Just really what I do is to toe up. I do an afterthought heel, and then I just knit, 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 do the ribbing, and then I go back to heel and knit the heel. So super simple, easy. Again, afterthought heels is the quickest, easiest, simplest heel I ever done. That's the only really heel I like to do. So yeah, so that was the second FO. And then the other FO is also I knit socks on US too. And then the other FO I did is a simple hat. I decided, well, I'm going to knit another hat because I have around, I think, 6 to 7 hats in my collection of stuff. So I'm going to knit another hat. This is a simple basic one. This one is knit out of, I think it's Burnett something, but it's in like a really nice wool alpaca blend. And I knit this on size USA. It's a very dense hat. I didn't have a larger needle size. I didn't feel like switching to needle size, so it's a pretty dense hat. I do have my hair up right now, so you can't really tell what it looks like. But it's a super warm hat. It's super easy, super simple. I don't know if I look hideous or not right now because I don't have a viewfinder of what I look like, but it's a super easy hat, and I think it's very lovely. So it's my own pattern. I just cast on 97 stitches because I have a fairly large head. Usually, like all the hats, if I go to the store, none of them fit my head. So anywho, I cast on 97 stitches and then knit until it fitted my head. Then I decreased, and then I just put, you know, the yarn through the stitches. So I knit out size USA 4.5. Is it 5.0? Yeah, 5.0. So very soft and very simple. So I still haven't blocked it yet, but this yarn is kind of scratchy, so I hope when I wash it, it definitely softens up. So that's it for FOs. Now on to spinning. Now, last time I told you, I said I'm going to spin those bats, and I am spinning these bats. These bats are from let me see here, the Old Sheep Studio, and it's in the Sunset Cloud colorway. It's a wool and silk mix, and it's 4.0 ounces. So a little tag here. So I really like these bats. I really never spun from a bat before, which is actually kind of shocking because I usually like to do everything all at once and, you know, get experience with it. But I've been stripping the bats, and I've just been spinning it from that. The weight's coming out on the bobbin. Let me show you here. Now, I haven't spun in a couple days, so that's why it's not full yet, but I'm spinning on the bobbin, and it's coming out pretty thick, I have to say. I want it to be thinner because it does have silk in it, but if you can see, that's like the thickness of it. But I can't do really anything about it on how it looks, but it's a very wonderful mix of wool and silk. I've never really spun silk before, like actual silk strands, I guess, because on these bats there's like stroke sands. Stroke sands? That doesn't make any sense. Silk strands, with my wording today, but I actually really like it, the colors. I was unsure about the colors at first because I'm like, wow, that's kind of wild, but after I'm getting into like the pink and the darker blues and the whites, actually makes it very pretty. Definitely the white settles it out. So I'm definitely going to be spinning more this weekend on this and probably getting the first bat done for next week. So that's it for spinning. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to spin next after spinning. I do have a lot more fiber in my drawers, but that bat was gifted to me by a viewer, so thank you for that. But yeah, so that's a lovely bat spin, and definitely go and check out the Old Sheep Studio. So that's it for spinning for this week. Now on to what's next. I don't really have any patterns to show you, but I do want to say that I do want to knit up more shawls by July. Like I'm talking about every week I've been because I have a display in July of all my stuff, and I was going through my box. I have a huge box over here full of finished knit items, and I was going through, I'm like, well, I have a lot of shawls, but not a lot of shawls that really look too good. I did knit a lot of shawls last year, and this year I haven't really made any yet. I think I only made a few, so I definitely want to cast on a shawl as soon as possible, as soon as I get the little Chloe doll done. So I'm definitely going to do a shawl next. I don't know what type of shawl. I think I definitely want to do the Daybreak shawl because that's the shawl it's always on my mind. But then I have like 2 big skeins of lace weight. I'm thinking, well, I can probably do a pretty big shawl of that, but again, that's very time consuming because lace weight is very thin yarn. So that's one thing I want to do next. And also I want to write up all the patterns I've been designing lately. I haven't got the Racing at the Top hat written up. I promised you guys that, I think around a month and a half ago, but I don't know, I just didn't write up those patterns. So I'm definitely going to write up that pattern. I'm thinking about writing up the little sock pattern. I haven't casted on the hand spun shawl yet. That's going to be my design. So basically shawls and designs are definitely on my mind at this point, so I can, get all those designs out and get some new shawls knitted up. So those are 2 things on my mind for knitting. Now on to sewing. I've been, I don't know, for some reason on a sewing kick, I guess, because I think I haven't sewn for a while. And then I was thinking in my head, well, I really need to sew because I haven't sewn for a little while. So I was searching online one night, and I found this one website called, I think it's sewadoo.com. And this lady, she's a mom, I think of 3 or 4 kids or something like that, and she posts all these wonderful patterns on there for adults. Not really for men, but for women. There's baby stuff, there's household items, there's all types of cool items on there that you can go and look at, and they're all free. I think there's only like 3 patterns that you have to pay for, but anywho, so I went out shopping for fabric that I think last weekend or 2 weeks ago, something like that, and I got a lot of fabric. So this little dress right here, this is a little girl dress I made from her website. Super easy, super simple to make. It's absolutely lovely. Super quick. I did put little rickrack trim on the bottom, as you can see here. I did find this fabric at Walmart, and I thought this little floral print for a little girl is definitely like screaming little girl to me. So definitely cute, and it's, I don't know, it's just really cute. So it definitely has little puff sleeves, a little puff neckline. So definitely super cute. Add that. And I love the little rickrack trim. So that was a super easy project that I whipped out. And then also another one is this little pillowcase cover. This is also the sewadoo.com pattern as well. The lady who designed this. This is an absolutely lovely, gorgeous pillowcase cover up. Like a pillow cover up, not a pillowcase cover up. But this is absolutely gorgeous. I love the, I don't know, it's just super cute. When I saw this fabric, like this blue and creamish, like off-white color fabric, which is the base back here, I was like, I need to get a couple yards of that. So that's what I did. And it's super cheap at Walmart. It was only like $2, something very cheap. And this white is just like a plain old, like a summer dress type of fabric. So that's a very nice fabric as well. And it's also, you can see here, it's enveloped in the back. So it's very like cute looking. So this pillowcase like reminds me of the pillows at Target that you can get like for 20 bucks, but you can get like this, I think only cost me like around $5 to make. So something very cheap to do. So yeah, so I really love this pillowcase. And also I did get some more fabric for the little girl dresses, because after I made this one, I was like, I definitely need to make some more. So I got some more fabric for that, so I'll show you guys here. I got this floral blueprint, which I also have some rickrack for, that's in the same dark blue color. Then I got like this reminds me of peaches, like this peachy color with greens and little red dots. So that's a very cool color. And then also this one, which is, I bought like a half of a yard of this, and then after I bought it, I'm like, oh, why did I buy this? Because it's sort of kind of ugly, but I think if it's a little girl dress, it'll look pretty cute. So I got this orange one with turquoise and white flowers on it. And then the last one I got, I think I might make a purse out of this for me, or a little girl dress, but I got like this dark brown fabric with green vines with little yellow daisies on it. So that's the fabric for the dresses that I might make. Well, I am going to make dresses out of that. And then I saw this wonderful fabric at Walmart, and I love plaid. I know a lot of people hate plaid, but I absolutely love plaid. When I used to go to private school, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I used to wear like plaid skirts and stuff like that, and not like really obnoxious plaid skirts, but nice, decent ones. But ever since I've been going to private school, which I don't go to private school now, I go to public school, but when I saw this, I'm like, I definitely need to get this. So this was only like, I don't know if it was on sale or something, but it was only like $2 or $1.50 a yard. So I got 2.5 yards of this like fuchsia, navy blue, white print fabric. And I am going to make these simple, easy pajama pants out of it, because I don't have a pair of plaid pajama pants, and I see a lot of them like at stores and stuff, but they're like, I don't know, like $12, $15 for a pair, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to spend that much money. So I was thinking, well, I'm just going to make myself some of my own pants anyway. So I just bought this pattern for like $1.97 or $2, something easy like that. And I think I have the same pattern in my pattern bin, but I don't know. That's why I picked it up, because I didn't want to go home and search for myself and not have this. So if I have a second pattern one like this, I'm just going to keep it. But I'm going to make a simple pair of pants out of this, and they're going to definitely be lovely. So I'm definitely going to make the pair of pants this weekend, and this is what the fabric looks like again. So very, very pretty fabric. They also have more colors of plaid there, so I might definitely pick up some more. Also, if you follow me on Instagram again, you did see that I did teach my mom how to sew. I think that was last weekend. And she actually made her first pillowcase. I don't have it here with me because it's out there. I totally forgot about it. But she made her first pillowcase, so it was absolutely cool that she did. She really isn't a crafty person at all, but I don't know. But she definitely sews. She sewed on my Singer sewing machine. I was going to pull out my other brother sewing machine, but I'm like, well, I don't want to hook it up and do all that type of stuff. So she sewed on my bigger sewing machine that I have that's a little bit more pricey, but I don't care. But she sewed on that, and I definitely thought it was cool that she actually sewed her first pillowcase. I did teach her how to do the sausage pillowcase. If you know what that is when you take a strip of one fabric and you take a long strip of another and you roll it up and you sew the edges together. I can always do a tutorial on that for you guys, but yeah, it was kind of fun teaching her how to sew. But one thing that I did notice when she was sewing is she was starting out very thin as seam allowance. I always like to do a ½ inch seam allowance, but then because that's like the seam allowance I usually do, but when she was sewing, I was watching her, she was going from really, really thin seam allowance to really thick seam allowance. I'm like, whoa, you have to stop there, so I had to rip it back and whatever. But that's what you do when I first start sewing, and that's what I did. But after you get the correct tension and how you hold the fabric, just like with knitting, you get the hang of it. So I taught her how to sew. Definitely show you guys a pillowcase next week. But I totally forgot about it. But oh well. What else here? Midnight Stories. Midnight has been okay lately. He has grown a lot of his hair back since his last haircut. I am allergic to him, but not really too bad. But I've been getting like, my eyes have been itching, my skin has been itching, but but I did give him a bath the other day with my dad. We have like a big it's not actually a bathtub. You know, when you go to Walmart, you get like those really big tubs in the plastic section. So that's what he takes his bath in, because our bathtubs aren't big enough for his big body to sit in there. So plus he'll just smell the shampoo anyway. So we took him out on the front porch. We gave him a nice clean bath. He loved it. It was hot out that day. I think it was like around close to 100 degrees, which was, you know, hot. But yeah, it is actually, by the way, it's actually getting kind of warm here. So yeah, last weekend it was pretty warm. It was like around close to 100, which I was like, oh my goodness. But I'm used to it because I've been living here my whole life. But anywho, he loved his bath, and my dad took him out for a walk afterwards, which he also loved. Now on to other subsection of the show. Also, this is kind of funny. If you follow me on Instagram again, I posted a picture on there. Let me show you here. And I did some wall decor on my wall. Now, when I used to start out the podcast, I used to record where my crafting corner is. And I've been redecorating my crafting corner a little bit lately. So I went out to Walmart and I got some letters. I got knit, spin, and sew. And I just hanged it on my wall and where my crafting area is, because I knit and I spin and I sew, so I thought that was kind of interesting that I can just put it right there. I got some acrylic paint. I just painted them and dried really quick, and I just hanged it up with some nails. So it was a very cool project to do, simple and easy. So yeah, I also like doing that. So if you are a crafter, you can always do that in your crafting room as well. Just get some wood lettering, paint them, then you can hang them on your wall, because I think it's actually a cool touch to everything. So I'm actually looking at it now, but you can also do that for a baby room too. I thought that would be cute too, but that's one thing for other stuff. Also, the 1 year, I guess, podiversary you can call it, and I think it's on May 28th. I'm going to be recording actually for 1 year with the podcast. So yay, I'm very excited. I'm definitely going to be like doing like round 3 to 4 prizes. So I'm going to put that thread up probably tonight. So I'm going to edit this video today. I'm going to try to edit on my Windows computer, see if I can get the hang of it. And if I do, I'm going to export it, and then I'm going to upload it, and then I'll put the thread out there for the podiversary. So yeah, so I'm very excited that I'm going to be recording the podcast for 1 year. I know my very first episode's on my blog, but I don't know how I can get that from Blip to YouTube to upload on there. But anywho, but yeah, so I'm very excited that my 1 year is coming up. Also, I'm going to be doing tutorials all this weekend. I have a list, not really a list, but I sort of like ideas that I want to do in my head for some tutorials. So yeah, so I'm very excited about that, so stay tuned. Also, I have not really less, I have like a month and 2 days, I think. No, well, basically a month of school left, which I'm absolutely excited about, because this summer is going to be great. I'm definitely going to go out to Arizona again, spend time with my family out there. As you all may know, I love going out there. That's what I do like mostly a lot. But yeah, so I'm very excited that school's going to end. The school year was actually very busy. So yeah, so and we also have like more projects to do. We have like 2 projects to get done next week is school. But yeah, I hate doing school projects. It's like one main thing I don't like, but at least thank goodness they're easy. But yeah, so 1 month left of school. So I don't have anything left to say for this week's episode.